Have you ever heard the term plague person before?
No, but is it like the people who wear the mask and like
No.
back in the day?
So in this context, no. Reading an article this morning talking about the plague person concept in offices. And basically, it is that person that everybody avoids like the plague. And so the theory is most offices have at least one, if not a handful of people that for whatever reason, they're the office plague person. People go out of their way to not necessarily bump into this person, visit with them. They're just they don't want to. I'm curious, and I almost feel bad asking, do you have an office plague person? And I don't want to know like their name or where you work or anything because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But I'd be curious, what are some of the qualities that they have that have made them the office plague person?
So we used to have someone, but they no longer work here.
And they were your office plague person?
Well, I think that I've had a couple of those. There was one that, I did not get along with him. He was in management. We just would butt heads. He was very rude to me, but he kind of deserved that. I tried to stay away from him. Then we had another one who was just a chatter.
It gets tough sometimes if you're just trying to get your stuff done and somebody's the loiterer, the chatter. That's tough.
And then we have another one. Currently, there's a woman who works here, and...
Should I leave?
Why?
I just don't know if I want to be present for whatever you're about to do.
Well, she just likes to chat, and I feel like there's always issues, and it's if you see her in the parking lot, you're like, please don't let her see me because I know I'm going to get stopped. If she's walking in the hallway, it's like, fingers crossed, don't come into my office, don't come into my office, please go somewhere else. Peering around the studio. If I stay still, maybe she can't see me. I think while there are certain people, I would say it's also when we're in the studio, there is no one I want to come into here.
That's true. You know, we're in here trying to do the thing, right? Can't necessarily have you just wandering in here.
And they peer in like little raccoons.
Do raccoons peer in windows often?
I think
they
so.
Should. Yeah, that'd be
but
adorable.
that's like, just don't come in here.
I'd rather a raccoon was peering in there than some people. Well, who is your office plague person? What gives them those qualities? Everybody kind of avoids them in your office. Would you be sad or kind of flattered to find out you were actively somebody's plague person?
I would be so sad. My heart would break. Honestly, I'm getting a little upset thinking about this, but I don't think there is. I keep to myself.
I'm sure there's been some over the years, right, that heard your voice or saw you coming and they ran for the hills. You don't think so?
Maybe the boss, because he's like, oh, what is she complaining about now?
What she got today?
Yeah, here she comes.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain I've been people's office plague person before, but I think that is since resolved.
You know, I'm actually in a feud with someone right now.
Oh, is it me?
No, it's not you.
Let's check in.
You know who it is. Even you tried cheering me up on Friday, bringing me into the break room. Let's go get some treats together. And I said, he better not be in there.
You're in a feud?
Yeah, I'm upset with someone. You know this. We got into a fight on...
Maybe
Did you get hit in the head?
Well, a few times. But no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
I really don't.
I got into an argument with a coworker on Friday. Very upset.
This Friday?
This past... Are you?
Where was I? What happened?
You were literally
I'm so
there.
confused.
You're messing with me now.
I'm really not.
Yes, and then you tried making me feel better, and you said, let's go into the break room and get some treats together. And I said, he better not be in there. And I was walking in very quietly, tiptoeing to see if I heard anyone's voices.
I got to tell you, I might have had my treat blinders on. Are you sure that you weren't mad about something? I saw treats, and then I came in and said, Amy, come have treats in the break room.
I literally thought you invited me to try to cheer me up.
I'm sure that is what, I'm such a nice person.
Okay.
I probably was just letting you know there's donuts, man.
And you know what?
And they were good.
I at first didn't want any of those treats because I was in such a bad mood, but then I had some banana bread. Yum.
There you go.
And some fruit, and I was happy. A little lemonade.
Do you have an office plague person, somebody you kind of avoid like the plague? What makes them that?
Yeah, Peggy. Peggy just talked too much. So anytime at work, you just saying good morning to her, how are you, was a whole conversation. You ever have those people where you just, I know people say, okay, do you really want to know how I'm doing? Yeah, sometimes I really do, briefly. But I don't need to hear your whole life story, weekend, vacation, all while we're walking from the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So Peggy was that person that I had to avoid on a regular basis. And I think it was just me. Like anybody else, She would just say, "Oh, I'm fine," and keep walking. But when it was me, it was a whole drawn-out story conversation. I just sometimes would want to stand there and kick my heels off. It was too much.
So you're just like, I can't deal with you today, Peggy. I'm sorry.
Someone said there's a lady that talks bad about everyone. If you call her out, she'll tattle on HR, makes lies to get someone in trouble. She thinks she's right about everything, but actually knows nothing.
Your office plague person, they're probably wonderful people, but sometimes you just don't have the capacity yourself to be in that interaction. You avoid them like the plague. What are some of those things that make you do that?
Someone said, how about mean girls? I work in an office, which is mostly women, 3 departments, but we all work together on some task. Yesterday, they had a potluck and invited all but 2 of us. And when I asked, they said, oh, well, you said you don't want to be involved because your staff is out of the office most of the time working in the field. I asked them one time in 2022 not to include the whole office for everybody's child's graduation, birthday, baptism, confirmation, wedding, grandchild's birthday. You get what I'm saying? I can't believe these women are just mean girls. I am not interested in any future holiday parties. And someone else said, there's a guy who touches your shoulder every time he talks to you, every single time. All the ladies in the office have developed this weird little dance where we pull our chairs all the way back so he can't reach us.
Oh, yucky.
That is gross. Like, don't touch us. I would say that. Please don't touch me.
You got one of these office plague people.
I had a job one time out in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And it was the most random place. And there was this guy there who was just, those people that are just so over the top happy, like, top of the morning to you. What's going on? How was your Friday? How was your Saturday night? Those people.
We had one who works here.
Oh, no.
Might have been the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Maybe it was. It sounds so terrible to complain about him, but he was just over the top in my business while being just ecstatic about life in general and, like, oxygen in the air. And every 5 seconds, you just had to be, like, you had to match his energy or else he just wouldn't let go. So it really was draining, and I tried my best to avoid him. I would, like, take the long way around the back to my office, just hoping that he would miss me, but he would always come in. Always, always, always.
It is kind of funny how there's certain people where, it's well-intentioned, right? Like, he was trying to be friendly, but you're just like, I just
too
can't.
much.
Like, you're absolutely too much for me. I can't handle it.
Yeah, and then it makes you feel like a bad person, I was like, God, why can't I just be friendlier? But I just had no energy.
Don't worry, you are a bad person. But so many of us are in that context. It's just you can't put on the show, especially early in the morning.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. I'll sleep well at night knowing I'm just a bad person like everybody else.
Now, appreciate you calling the Playhouse. Your office plague person, everybody, for whatever reason, is kind of avoiding them like the plague.
Someone said, we have a guy who always wants to fist bump. Morning, fist bump. Good job, fist bump. Leaving for lunch, fist bump. I'm 42 years old. I cannot fist bump my way through another workday. I try to avoid him at all cost. And someone said, I avoid our receptionist. Not because she's mean, because if you walk up there, she wants to tell you everything. I had to grab a package the other day. 20 minutes later, I knew too many details about her sister's dating life. And someone else said, I avoid my boss's favorite employee because she'll steal your idea and pretend like it's hers minutes later. I've watched her literally repeat someone's suggestion in a meeting, and then she gets praised for being so creative. So we all avoid her.
Listen, when somebody is regurgitating something that you knew came out of your mouth, it is infuriating.
It is. Like, you know where you heard that from, right?
I literally only have it from one person, and I can't do anything from it because it's our boss. I cannot tell you how often this man, either to me or to somebody next to me, is saying sentences that I said to him like within 24 to 48 hours. And I'm like, do you know? Like, do you know? Or do you think you had some sort of magical epiphany? And to the point where you want to remind him sometimes. Like he did to me the other day, and I was like, we do know that was my sentence. That came out of my mouth.
I don't think he realizes it.
I don't think so either.
He somehow thinks it's just this like magical idea that appeared in his head.
All I know, Dan, is the head of HR's in town visiting. I'm going to tell her you're an idea thief.
Tell her.
Report. I don't know if that's a thing.
Report.
Reported.
Someone said, we have a coworker who doesn't knock on your office door. She just appears. You look up, she's standing there. No sound, nothing. Just staring at you, holding her folder. I've had to start locking my door even when I'm not on a call because it scares me.
Yeah, one of these plague people, you avoid them like the plague.
Oh, definitely my boss.
Why?
So I'm a pretty independent worker, so I don't really require much oversight, and I just find that things take longer when he wants to be involved. And also, he's not the most professional person, so sometimes he'll just want attention. Like, he told me that he needed me to, like, look at something that was really important, and when I opened the file, it was a video of Yoko Ono, like, singing something like crazy at a museum.
Is your boss Michael Scott from The Office?
I wish.
At least then you're expecting it. It's maybe pleasant, has some comedic value to it. Ugh.
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't mind if things were slow, but, like, he'll do this, like, specifically, like, when I don't have time for him because we're so busy. And it's like he has to be like, no, you're going to give me attention.
It's funny. It does seem very oddly Michael Scott in some ways. It kind of has that energy.
You gotta watch this video. Come on, it's really important.
Any other plague people in the office?
Someone said, I avoid the person who always says we should totally hang out because I've made the mistake of saying yes before, and not all coworkers need to be a part of your life outside of work. And someone else said, we all avoid a lady because she'll walk into your office when you're obviously slammed and say, do you have a minute? And if you say no, she'll say, oh, well, I'll just tell you really quick. But 30 minutes later, you're wondering how she's managed to accomplish anything all day.